What's your take on that, man? What's your take on all of that?
You man know I don't rate Jude Bellingham, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I love Uncle Righty and that, but I think he's so far off on this one. You know them ones there, bro. I'll be
Mm,
honest. I think he's so far off on the Bellingham stuff, bro. I don't think I don't think Bellingham is getting the backlash. You know what it is, yeah? Like the whole black thing, yeah. Everyone understands, yeah, that being black is nuanced. You know what I
mm,
mean? Especially when you're a light skinned mixed race you like him. You know them ones there. Them man don't get treated the same way that a Paul Pogba would get treated. So that in
mm.
itself, yeah, makes it different. You know them ones. Because like, bro, these men were so happy, yeah, to kiss this guy's ass before the cracks started showing, but I always saw through all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Even the shit that's going on in Germany with his brother and his family and all these things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, allow it, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same, bro. Not the same at all. Like, the reason why people are cooking him is because, bro, he's just not as good as he thinks he is, bro. You know what I mean? That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? He's not a likable guy, bro. Like, Paul Pogba was a Muslim brother. Don't drink, don't do nothing mad. You know what I mean? The worst fucking crime he committed in football was dancing and enjoying himself and getting his hair done, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Jude
Mm.
Bellingham, on the other hand, his body language on the pitch has always been questionable. The moaning, the diving, all these things, the very obvious entitlement and arrogance that he does have. You can't compare him to Paul Pogba. Like, it's night and day, bro. Like, you could just see by a man's character. Like, even after England got knocked out of the tournament and he was there walking around trying to like playing up to the cameras and all these things, bro. He's just not a likable guy, bro. Comparing him to Paul Pogba is crazy. And then on top of that, he's nowhere near as good as Paul Pogba either. Do you know what I mean? Paul Pogba's fucking level of ability, yeah, is so far past Jude Bellingham's, and they're comparing Jude Bellingham to Zidane. Paul Pogba's the closest player we've seen to Zidane, bro.
Yeah, that's something I say. Yeah.
Not Jude Bellingham, bro. Like, Jude Bellingham is nowhere near Pogba's level, bro. Like, brother, like, I told man already. That's why man calls him Black Tominay, bro. Because they're the same kind of player, bro. Like, McTominay is better than him. I would never pick Jude over Scott McTominay.
No, you think McTominay is better than Jude?
I do. I think he's a
I
better
don't know.
footballer than Jude Bellingham.
I
Have you
don't
seen
know.
Scott McTominay strike a ball, bro? And Scott
No, no,
McTominay attack a ball in the box. If they're both box crashing, Scott's way better than him at box crashing. Way better.
light
Better on the
skin.
half turn as well. But I don't see Scott tripping over his feet and fucking
Did you rate
sliding.
McTominay when he was at United? Did you rate him?
Brother, I said that McTominay should play in the number 10 at Man United. I always said that Scott should be played further forward. I didn't like him in a midfield pivot because I think he's rubbish there. But in terms of attacking the box, yeah, Scott McTominay was the best player that we had. He's the best player we had at attacking the box, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them ones where I just don't rate Bellingham at all, bro. He doesn't do anything well other than run, bro. Like, it's Will Smith,
Mm.
bro. He just runs. Bro, it's true though, bro. Bro, what Will Smith movie is this guy not running in, bro?
I don't know, innit? Me personally, I think Jude's a better goal scorer, but I think McTominay's a
He's
better.
not though.
I
He's
think
not a
he's a
better
better.
goal scorer than Scott. Like, but what, bro?
Nah, nah. Jude,
If
Jude,
we,
Jude
if
went
we
full
get a
time for Madrid.
compilation, yeah,
Crazy.
of Jude Bellingham goals and Scott McTominay goals, Scott wins easy.
No, I'm not
Flushes him
saying,
out.
bro. Scotty Too Hotty is a cold box crasher. Like he's that mold in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think that's just my opinion. I think he's a little bit better goal scorer, and he's done it at a higher level for Madrid and that. In terms of like when Jude went full time in that first season at Madrid, for me, like yeah, I'm not gonna hate on his goal scoring ability. Me with Jude Bellingham, I personally think he's been branded as something he's not. He's not this
Yeah.
maestro. He's not this mad creative player. He's a proper battering ram type of player, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just call players what they are. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing when I talk about Sobo and Liverpool. Like, just call players what they are. You don't need to call man De Bruyne. You're not De Bruyne, bro. You're not De Bruyne. You know what I'm saying? He's not the same player. Like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, man them are branding these players as something they're not. Jude is a box crasher. He can score goals. He can play positions to a certain level, but he doesn't excel at like a one thing where I go, yeah, that's your thing, kind of like that. Do you know what I'm saying? he just does things to like to a certain standard very well. But I think if you're a battering ram, then like, yeah, be compared to the battering rams. Don't compare man to Zidane.
Yeah, but that's what he is though. Like,
Yeah,
he
that's
just
what I'm
runs,
saying.
he just
Yeah,
runs through the midfield and clatters people, bro.
I don't like, yeah, and yeah, Hungarian Gerrard was the biggest example of this type of behavior. That's like the number one like example of this kind of behavior and kind of branding players or something they're not. You know what I'm saying? And as I said, like, it's cool. As I said, cool man a batter. Remember, don't compare man to Zizou. Like, that's all a bit them realms there.
Listen, I'll be real.
People weren't even liking the Zizou comparisons with Pogba, and Pogba actually warranted that with his talent.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
And that was even an issue. That's not like it wasn't an issue when it was being said.
Yeah, but Pogba's dark skin, bro. It's different.
Yeah,
of
course.
No one was having problems with the Jude Bellingham, Zidane comparisons, bro.
No,
like,
I think
only the pure football fans did. Them mutants that dominate the football space on Twitter and that, they were happy with the discussion, bro. They didn't care. They think he's one of the best midfielders in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bottom line is, yeah, as soon as his ego, started showing up, and the performances weren't matching that, people started calling him out. That's all that happened, bro. That's all that happened, because the brother is not likable, bro. Like, there's a lot of footballers, I look at them and I think, like, bro, like how do they have fans, bro? You know what I mean? Bruno's another one. He's not likable. There's nothing Bruno does is likable. He moans every game. He dives. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not likable, bro, at all. But he's another player that people will die to defend, bro. Like, there's nothing about him that's likable, bro. If a Pogba behaved the way that Bruno behaved, they'll be absolutely coating him in the media.
What I will say,
I'm not trying to hear it from
what I'll say is that
from Bellingham.
I look at both sides, where obviously with the Craig Holt thing, like, I just think that's like cool, and I actually applaud
the Craig Holt thing. What about Craig Holt though? What about him?
Like, his the constant like he's just doing the whole constant negativity thing about Jude. He's overdone. He's like, oh
yeah, but maybe Craig Holt, maybe Craig Holt, has an issue with Jude Bellingham, that goes past football. Maybe he does. That's one man though.
But that's something. But like, at the end of the day, Craig Hope is still like when he was covering the whole East Side thing with Liverpool, I actually commended him. Like I said, I think he was the best journalist to cover that, one of the best anyways, to cover that whole situation in the way he was doing it, compared to some of the others who was just clear, like, you got a problem with this, you got a problem with that. But since this whole Jude thing, like, if you scroll on his page, bro, it's scaring the life out of me, though.
Yeah, but broski, I'll be real, like, maybe he just don't like him.
Yeah, but then that's dead. That's dead, bro. That's dead.
Nah, but it can be dead. But the point is, for man to be saying, oh yeah, it's because man's black, it's like, bro, allow it. Like, you can just not like somebody. You know them ones there. Like, you could just not like certain footballers. There's certain footballers, that just wind me up because of how they are, and also how much adulation they get that I don't think they deserve. Bruno's one of them, bro. Like, Bruno will stink the place out. You'll get an assist from a corner and everyone will say, oh, Bruno, GA, this, that, and the other. He's carrying us, bro. Like, bro, he used to do my head in. You know what I'm saying? He used to do my head in. That's the reality, bro. Same with CR7. These man go on like this guy's still in the prime of his life. He's 40 years old, stinking the place out in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Tripping over the football, landing on his face, blood. You know what I mean? And the guy still talks like he's the best player in the world, bro. Like, bro, he's rubbish. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's rubbish now. Like, he's got nothing to offer.
But the outlets that I still think, from them and there, they just need to do a lot better, because if Craig Hope was some unknown youth, bro, like doing what he's doing, then no one would give a fucking about.
Yeah, but bro, what you need to understand right now, what you need to understand right now is, with the introduction of Twitter and the internet, the lines have naturally been blurred anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Because these men are supposed to be journalists, but they're not journalists, because them men are given their own opinions now. Journalists weren't really supposed to give their opinions. They were supposed to bring you the news. They were supposed to report and bring you the news. But now they're not reporting. Now they're giving you their own opinions. So now, because of stuff like Twitter, it's become blurred. Because now you're seeing man give their opinions on players that they don't like as if it's factual, when it's not factual, it's your opinion. And this is the thing, and this is why back in the day there was no Craig Hope Twitter. It was he had a page in the Daily Mail or something like that. If you was a journalist, you would have a column in a newspaper. You didn't have your own.
Yeah,
You didn't
but
have
that's
your
you.
own
But that's
fucking
you. By the
Twitter
way,
space.
but Rant, that's who I think Wrighty was talking about though, because he did say the person I'm talking about, and I think we all, as I said, it was definitely Craig Hope, bro. Like, of course it was.
I hear that. I hear that, bro. But
like that part of it is that, bro. Because if even because, and it's not just Craig Hope single-handedly, bro. When Eze scored the goal, the Foden thing did kill me in it. The Foden thing killed me.
Who was it? Craig Hope that asked about the pass?
No. I don't know who asked about the pass.
It was someone else.
It was someone else. But that did kill me though, innit? Like the whole, because the Eze thing is that bro. I'm not like Eze bins that shit, bro. Like passes. By the way, if you're actually a real football fan, you would actually know that the Foden pass was actually perfect for him to hit the ball like that.
It was perfect way to pass. Do you know what I'm saying?
But the whole what you think about Foden? Because you know, like where man can't be bins in a goal like that, and you're just chatting to me about the
bro. To be honest, I think the ball bobbled up anyway.
The ball bobbled up as well. Like it was.
But it was a good way to pass from Foden.
First time. But they were good. Like that report, that post-match reporter took the piss in it. Absolutely took the piss. Like,
it was a joke thing.
And it's a bit peak for Foden because Foden already has a shit rep for England, didn't it? So like that ain't gonna help Foden's situation. And it also downplaying Eze's thing. Not to say Eze's been pulling
but bro, again, see that Eze thing. If someone came out and said, "Yo, they're blowing smoke up Foden's ass because of his complexion, and overlooking Eze because of his," I would more be open to. I would more be open to saying, you know what, we've seen this here before. You know the ones, it makes a lot of sense. But the Jude Bellingham thing is, the reason why I find it very difficult, is because he's been getting a lot of adulation for a long time, from a lot of people. And I wasn't seeing negativity about him until the cracks started showing in man's personality. I just wasn't seeing it, bro. Because there was one time where no matter where you looked, man, people were just absolutely blowing smoke up his ass, bro. It was everywhere. This is just a recent thing. Do you know what I'm saying? This is just a recent thing, bro. And I believe it will blow over as well if he puts in some good performances. But the problem is, with the British media in general, they build you up to break you down. And 100%. they built up Jude so high, higher than he could ever, a level that he could ever reach, that the only way was down for him anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they built man up. Comparing a man to Zidane, how could you build a man up more than that?
No, you can't.
And then you get dropped by Thomas Tuchel, and you can't even get in the England squad.
And the thing is, his story is actually a proper good story when you kind of strip away everything, come with the whole Birmingham thing, Dortmund, Madrid.
No, before that, do you know what I'm saying? The story about he used to play for his dad's football team.
No. I'm talking about like just
man got into Birmingham and
I'm talking about the journey from start to finish to get to the pinnacle.
I can't lie. The whole thing reeks of industry plant blood when man see the whole.
I hear him. I'm just saying he's the way they have built him up on a mad thing, and I feel like they built him up to the point where, like as you said, it's like where do you go from being compared to Zidane? It is true. Where do you kind of go?
And
obviously it takes you back to that quote from Spider-Man, and he's like, what's it called? The one thing people love to see more than a hero saving the day is to see a hero fail or something like that. I know you don't know what you don't know what quote I'm talking about. It's the Green Goblin quote. In Spider-Man 1. It's mad.
Yeah, bro, it happens, bro. How do I see this thing so early, bro? Let me tell you something. I just have an eye. When it comes to football, I have an eye, bro. Is what it is, bro. I back my eye. When it comes to football, I back my eyes, bro. Back my eyes over everyone else's eyes, bro. And that's just what it is, bro. Like, honestly, I never bought into this guy, bro. He's another Garnacho. He's another one. Another brother that's going to get you numbers, but he'll never pass the eye test.
Garnacho don't even get you numbers.
But he doesn't, but he does.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, I'm telling you, bro, like, I can't lie. I can't in it with these guys. I just can't with them, bro.